Hi everybody, I hope everybody's having a good day where they are. Like I say in all my videos, I'm not responsible for anybody gets hurt. It's just my opinion. Today I'm going to do a tarot reading on another trial video on P. Diddy. Today I'm going to talk about Whitney Houston, even though she's not around anymore. I'm going to go through her, what she thinks. So in the past, what was her relationship with P. Diddy? I'm going in the past. So what did she think of P. Diddy in the past? What did she think of him? Did she like him? You know, go entertainment purposes. Please, Whitney, tell me, what did you think of uh, of um, of him? Please tell me. Please tell me, Whitney. What did you think of? What did you think? Uh, he thought he was a courageous person. She didn't really have a problem with him in the beginning. She thought he was strong, but she set boundaries on him because she wasn't sure how he was, you know, because behind the scenes she did boundaries because she's heard rumors on how he treated people and stuff. So she set boundaries, and I don't think he liked it. So yeah. So she put boundaries in the relationship. Like she didn't want to go to the after parties. She thought it was too weird. So she put boundaries in the relation. She tested the relationship thinking, I'm going to say something, and if he doesn't like it, then she would know. So she tested the relationship. Also, there was chaos in the relationship with with P. Diddy. She did not like him. She thought he was clouded by judgmental, that he was judgmental on people. He would take away their phones, do these weird things to the women, doing drugs, doing alcohol, doing stuff. She thought it was unpredictable, and he gave her missed opportunities, like she didn't want to do it. So she wouldn't be able to do different kind of music stuff because he would call and go have her being ghost. So she had missed opportunities of making more music stuff, like maybe more music videos or music or concerts or doing more stuff. So she had a lot of missed opportunities because of she thinks it was P. Diddy that got because she didn't want to get involved. She was distracted and careless, and she felt delayed about being in a relationship with P. Diddy because of the way he came across as controlling, and he thought he was very cocky and arrogant, and she had delay of what to do about the relationship because she was scared of him, didn't know what to do. You know, everybody was on a lot of people were on his side, so she was scared of him. Brother, yeah. And she felt restless about what to do about the relationship. She was an intelligent person. She had small people around her, but she thought she was smart and she was a good leader and she was faithful. She was really religious person. She was into her religion, so she was very faithful. And she wanted the truth to come out about P. Diddy. So she wanted the truth to come out. So she had a lot of strength. This is a strength card. She needed strength. She needed strength. Through her religion and stuff because she wasn't sure who to trust because she thought P. Diddy had people with her. So they didn't have a good relationship. She didn't trust him from even the beginning. She had like this special, I think she might have had this inner, calling. You know how some people are psychic or something? I think she had a spiritual thing knowing he was bad. So I'm going to look that up. Did she have like, special like ESP or psychic things thinking this P. Diddy is not a good person, that he's evil? Did she have this inkling in the back of her mind or spiritual thing? She thinks P. Diddy was a bad person. Did she have spiritually? It sounds like she had a spiritual calling that she did not like P. Diddy. Please tell me, Whitney, did you have a spiritual awakening that you knew that P. Diddy was a bad person? Yeah, Whitney Houston. Yes, she had a calling. She thought he was unfair to people, giving the people who are more, the high up, the ape crowd, more clout than the other people, giving them the parties, the drugs and alcohol. And she thought he was very unfair. And also, she thought these charity things that he threw were bogus. She didn't like. I don't trust this guy, and she thought he was selfish too. She did not like P Diddy. She thought he was selfish and underhanded. She did not like him, and she felt like she belonged in a better place, not being with P Diddy. She wanted to be with her daughter. Um, you know, um, and she wanted harmony. She wanted to be with her family and do family things. She didn't want to be with P Diddy. She wanted to be with her family, and she was adaptable. She was willing to adapt and manage things. She wanted to do other things than party. She wanted to be, like I said, she wanted to party, but she wanted to be with her family and uh, do other tasks, like maybe write a book about her life, do more videos, do more concerts. She wanted to do that. She was blocked though because of P Diddy. She was worried about her life. I feel like she was worried. She does have the thing, but she was worried of leading from failure. She was really worried about her life because of P Diddy. So I feel like she was felt like he was after her. Maybe tapping her phones, talking to her friends. Trying to make her look like a bad person. She wanted the freedom to go and speak up and tell her side of the story about Pete Diddy, saying that that he's not a good person. She was disappointed in how he treated people and disappointed about how his inner circle stood by him and didn't do anything about it. Like, no one spoke up. If you did, I guess she was worried that you wouldn't be around very much longer. So, and it was an end of relationship. She didn't want a relationship with him because felt threatened by him, and she wanted to let go and leave. See, you see this person leaving. She wants to leave go of this relationship. Yeah, I'm gonna do a question. Yeah, she does have instinct, like psychic. Did she, um, did she ever feel really threatened by him? She said she did, but I want to get more specific. Did she really think her life was in danger by P Diddy? Did she think people were out to get her? P Diddy's circle, please, Whitney, tell me. Did you, you know, did you think your life was really in trouble? Please. Yeah, her life was. She was emotional because she was scared to death about him, and she wanted to be in control. And she wanted to be a, she was a very empathic person. She could read people very well. Like, she knew P. Diddy was not a good person. She had empathy. She had psychic kind of things. She thought she had psychic ability. She could read through people and knew P. Diddy was not a good person, and the people in his inner circle, she was scared. And I think he thought of that as a threat. And she thought she was a natural leader, like she was going to speak up for the people who couldn't. And she was, she wanted to be in, she wanted to look up the big picture and speak up against people like P. Diddy and other people who were mistreating other people, and who were using drugs, and he would drug them and have them be videotaped and then threaten them. She wanted to speak up to them. She had a lot of wealth and business, and and she had a lot of security. This is the King of Pentacles. Yeah, the money. She had a lot of money before she died, so she was well off before she died. So don't believe the people saying she didn't have money. So she did. She was she was trying to release her fears because she was scared. I think she was scared of her life being threatened by P. Diddy in the inner circle. P. Diddy in particular, because she might have seen things at a couple of the parties and she left saying, I'm not into it. I'm not into these parties. She didn't like that. She thought there was darkness, like real evil things going on there. So she didn't want anything to do with it. She wanted to stay away. Good job, Whitney. And she was very insecure about being around him and the people. And she was scared because, like I said, he might have tapped her phones and done some terrible things. And she loved herself, and she was just hot, this trusting of other people in his like group. She was getting paranoid because she wasn't sure who she could trust, and there were tensions in the relationship with P. Diddy and the other people. She didn't trust them. She thought people were coming out to get her, and there was broken communication, like people wouldn't speak to her. So, and she couldn't talk to them because she thought he was on her P. Diddy's payroll. So she did fear for her life. She was paranoid in the sense that she thought he was out to get her. Poor person. Did she think that she was going to be killed off? Did she? I said that earlier, but she does. Did she know that she was going to die? You know, when she was in the tub, did she knew she was going to die that night or that day? Did she know she was going to die? Did she know that she was going to die? Please let me know. Did Whitney know that she was going to die? Have her, be killed, murdered? It says she thought there was going to two levels of evil. She believed there was like there was no right choice to do because she was always, trying to have people watch out for her, but she wasn't sure that people were going to. And she had information overload. I think someone did warn her that her life was in danger. I feel like she knew that her life was in danger. She did. And she knew someone told her that her life was in danger. I think there was someone in the inner circle said, you better watch your back, Whitney. Someone's out to get you. So that, lesser of two evils. She knew her life was in danger. Yeah. But also she tried to enjoy the time she had left with her daughter and the people who cared about her. She tried not to be too negative about her last day. And she tried to have less resentment toward P. Diddy and the other people. She tried because she didn't want it to, she wanted to, I think she wanted to, she wanted to make amends for the past harm that she did to other people, And also, there were delays because she spoke up and no one did would listen to her because of her threat. Her life was in threat and danger all the time, and she was frazzled and scattered energy. Like she knew that her life was in danger, but no one took it seriously. So I believe she knew that she was going to be, her days were numbered, and she was going to die. I think she knew that. I think she knew she was going to die. Does she think P. Diddy had something to do with it? Do you think P. Diddy had something to do with it, or someone in his inner circle had some you taken out, or it wasn't you might have taken, or was it pills? First, I'm gonna say, did someone take Whitney out? Entertainment purposes only. I'm just asking her. Did you be taken out from someone? I'll do 4 cards. Please tell me, were you taken out? Were you murdered? Please, Whitney, tell me. It says she was family and people were grieving about her death, and they shared, they knew she was going to get killed, so they were having a party. Oh my God. They did charity. They would have throwing a party or charity on the day where she was dying. Oh my God. freaky. They thought this was being fair to get rid of her. Oh God, I'm just doing the cards, don't get mad. So yeah, they thought they were being generous by, you know, having her not around anymore because she would be spilling the beans about what was going on. So I feel like there were arguments. You know, a lot of people didn't want her to go and get, you know, taken out. They liked her. A lot of people liked her. They didn't want anything to happen to her. I feel like a lot of people didn't want to, and they were struggling over there, and there was broken relationships with her, but they didn't want her. A lot of people didn't want nothing to happen. So they were they were overwhelmed with what happened with her. She you know yeah, she was overwhelmed and about, you know, passing on, and they were overwhelmed that they might get caught, and they were disorganized. Maybe they left something that got incriminated them. I feel like they do have some things that people have to incriminate them eventually. Something's going to come up, and there's going to be opportunities that someone's going to speak up in her behalf, of Whitney Houston's behalf. So yeah, someone's gonna do goals. Yeah, someone's gonna speak up for her and do goals, thinking this wasn't right. Maybe her ex-husband might speak up, or someone's gonna speak up for her and is gonna be loyal to her, saying I don't like this, or someone in from the inside might speak up for Whitney about her death. All right. Uh, this is this situation. They weren't sure about the situation when it's going to happen. So it doesn't say that anybody's going to be caught. Anybody caught, but they did throw a party after her death, which is, and there were disagreements on who. A lot of people didn't want her to die, and they were overwhelmed about what's gonna happen if someone's gonna blow the whistle, and they have opportunities of a lot of people are going to keep their mouth shut because they don't want to get in trouble and go to jail or something. So yeah, that's crazy that they threw a party right after she died. Disgusting. So I'm gonna look. Does Whitney? So what does? Is there anything else that Whitney wants to say? Please, Whitney, you have anything else to say before the end? Oh, there's one thing I'm going to ask before I do about her daughter. Was her death, was she, you know, taken out to her daughter? I'm not good with names, so I'm sorry. I have ADHD, so I don't have good names. Did her daughter die under weird circumstances, taken out? And then I'll ask her if she has anything else to say. Does she think her daughter was, you know, taken? She was fearful for her daughter's life before she died, or during. You know, she was scared to death about her daughter with P. Diddy. She was scared to. Yeah, she was really. She was mentally. You know, scared for her daughter, physically, mentally, everything. She was scared for her daughter's safety and her family safety. She was scared to death that someone would get to her, and she did too. She was calm about it. She tried not to. She was trying to release her fears and tell her daughter to watch out and be careful, and her family and her friends, saying, "Be careful if something happens to me. Watch out for other people because they might be taken out. So be careful." And like I said, always entertainment purposes. She thought it was a burden for her to always have to worry so much about her daughter and her family, because she was scared to death about overstanding her feelings, you know, because they might think she's being paranoid. So she always worried about her daughter and her family. And there was in her conflict, she thought, oh God, I'm so scared of my daughter being killed by not normal causes, by unnormal. So she did feel, she had tension, though. She was trying to release her tension by telling her daughter, if something happens to me, I want you to speak up. So she was scared for her daughter. She thought it was not going to be natural. Now I'm going to ask the question I was going to say. It is, Whitney, you have anything else to tell me before I say goodbye for now? I'm sorry about your daughter dying not by natural causes. She was too young, so yeah, they found her in a pool, so she says it wasn't natural. She was worried about her daughter and her family, so they said she said be careful. So does Whitney have anything else to tell me, please? Whitney, can you tell me anything else you want me to tell the people about your life, death, whatever, please? Yeah, she was a good musician. I like Whitney. All right, she wants to say that she was unhappy toward the end of her life because of what was going on with P. Diddy and, the drinking and the drugs. I don't know how much of it. Maybe I'll do another reading about her drug use. Was that coincided with P. Diddy or other reasons? I'm going to do another reading of her, just her, not just the testimony. Yeah, she changed. She was unhappy. She, with her feelings, she was depressed, afraid of being killed, murdered. She was unhappy. She was unhappy person. And she had fights with different people. With maybe she had a little bit problems with Bobby Brown, but she tried to work on it. And she had problems with P. Diddy, so there was conflict. She wanted to teamwork with her daughter and her ex-husband. I think they were trying to work things out and become friends, and she wanted to focus on other things. So she was working. I think she wanted to get better so she could have a better career, maybe find someone else to fall in love with, someone else she could be with. So I felt like she did. She had confused and because of what was going on, because she had taken drugs and she was confused on how she was going to take care of herself, if she was going to go to another Betty Ford clinic, or she was going to be detoxed or get help, maybe see a therapist. So she was depressed and she felt emotionally detached from people saying, "Oh God, watch out for me. I might be getting killed," or "Oh, I'm not feeling well. My health is failing." And maybe she was depressed. I think she was depressed. She was a fearless person too, so she went through mood swings. I think she had mood swings. Yeah, she was a big, before the drugs and P. Diddy, she was a big, she loved to, she was an actress, which I thought she was a pretty good actress, and she was a great singer, so she wanted to move on with her career. I think if, the drugs and death didn't happen, she would have made a better career moves and better choices. And she was a fast thinker. She liked to, she did the anthem and she sang. So she wanted to do more. She wanted to do more things in her life before she passed. She wasn't ready to leave this earth. She was careless though with the drugs and alcohol, and so yeah, she knew that she was careless with the drinking and drugs and stuff. She knew that she shouldn't be doing that because it might get to her. She wasn't sure if it was P. Diddy or the drugs that would get to her. She was careless about that, and people were worried about her. She knew that she that she lacked focus because of the drinking and drugs and other things. She wasn't very focused. So yeah, so this is the last reading I'm doing of the trial of Whitney Houston and her meeting with him. Like I said, I'll do another tarot reading on just Whitney Houston and her life, and she thinks that P. Diddy had something to do with the death. But I'm going to go in more detail sometime in the future about her life and her death, if it had to do with more, with drugs. She was on drugs and alcohol. So until my next video, take care. Bye-bye.